In the King of Iron Chefs tournament, Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, before a packed house including the other Iron Chefs, current and honorary. It's the ultimate battle in Kitchen Stadium's history, and for it they'll use homard lobster as the theme ingredient. Everyone here and watching on TV expecting to witness greatness on the playing field today in the kitchen from both these amazing chefs. What a run-up to this final battle. This one's for all the marbles, the Super Bowl of Kitchen Stadium. Let's get it on! On the kitchen! Yes, bang a gong, we are on. The King of Iron Chefs final is underway. The men shaking hands at the outset, making their way up to the stand, pulling out the homard lobsters there, very businesslike on both sides of the tank. No sign that either one is overwhelmed by the significance of this battle. Loading them into the trays. The Iron Chef Chinese Chen there. And now he is the first to scoot back downstairs to his side of the kitchen. Nice sidestep move there, and quickly he is setting up shop at the chopping block. And now Sakai has made his way back and has ditched his hat, his usual working style, and his expression there looks to be in very good spirits at the outset.
Fukusan.
Yes.
Yeah, Sakai-san spoke with me about having to go against Chen-san today. He said, I feel really funny fighting against him. We usually call each other before a battle, but this time I didn't call him and he didn't call me. Sakai looked a little reluctant having to do this.
All right, friendship on the back burner, so to speak, today. Sakai losing to Chen once before. No need to be chummy. Yes.
Yeah, Chen-san looked even more rattled. To me, he appeared to be almost in tears. He's so tense and hyper. He told me that he has so much adrenaline that he thinks it's going to spill out of his mouth today. He says he even brought herb tea to cool him down.
All right, well, he'll try to channel that energy in a positive way. And up in the royal box, portraits of Chen's late parents, his father Chen Kenmin, the god of Szechuan cooking, and his mother Yoko, who passed away last year. Their son, a man any set of parents could be proud of. And if they can't be here in person today, at least they're here in spirit, and Chen keeping their spirit alive. And Doc?
Yeah.
Okay, run us through. Take us through these homard lobsters.
Okay, well, technically speaking, they're from Brittany, France, and they're a little bit different from the Japanese lobsters, or the iseebi, as we call them. That's why we're calling them Omar lobsters. Omar is basically French for lobster.
Okay.
And the ones we have here are top-notch. They're about triple the price of normal ones, about $100 a pop.
Man alive!
Yeah.
With the French ingredient, though, what do you think? Advantage Sakai?
Well, I think Sakai is familiar with this particular lobster, but Chen, you know, he could look at it as a replacement for the Oriental-style lobster, so it could be good for both of them, actually.
Okay.
Fukusan?
Yes?
Yeah, when I asked Sakai about today's ingredient lobster, he said, I know people have nicknamed me Seafood Sakai, even though I've lost 3 Omar lobster battles, but that's not going to haunt me today. I'm determined to win this one.
Sakai's got a sore spot about that record in the battles. Ota reminding him of it. Well.
No, my 4th loss.
Well, hard to lose 4 in a row. But overall, Sakai's record's been outstanding in fish and seafood themes. Okay, and once again at this point, let's reintroduce our guests for the final battle. Actress Yuko Asano, actor Tatsuo Umemiya, and commentator Dr. Yukio Hattori. Greetings all.
Hello.
Nice to be here.
Fukusan.
Yes.
Sakai has started cutting circular pieces out of mango slices using molds. The reason for using mangoes is, he says, mangoes are in season and they match very well with lobster.
They're like mango quarters there.
Yeah.
The 25-cent kind. Matching well, he says.
Yeah, they do. With the sauce, it has a bit of sweetness to it. It's really good.
Okay, and you saw a quick shot of the VIP table, and once again, those are the honorary Iron Chefs. And moving left, Iron Chefs Morimoto and Kobe. They're all plugged into our commentary, and yes, they're locked onto the cooking too. Now, some sounds of sizzle from Chen's side. Apparently deep frying these lobsters here. Chopped up, fried in shell, just a little bit though, not much of a fry job there.
No, just very lightly done.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, continuing with Chen on how he feels doing battle with Sakai, he confided that Sakai-san is much better in decoration, so he says, I'm going to focus more than ever on flavor this time.
Yes, it would be hard to compete or even stay even with Sakai in the presentation department. He'll put the premium on taste, and Chen's supporters making some noise there.
Thanks, folks.
And the Iron Chef Chinese likes it.
Fukusan?
Yes.
I asked Sakai if he remembers losing to Chen-san one time in the past, and he said, why do you have to bring that up? Today's a new day, and even though I'm older than him, I'm going to fight like I'm the challenger, otherwise I may lose this again.
Ota, you keep reminding him of the negatives there. But now his mood brightening with the rousing cheers from his fans.
It's too noisy.
It is. It's getting wild in here. And that banner up on his side of the royal box reads roughly, flavor speaks of one's personality, All right, I'll buy that. Seems to fit the Iron Chef French.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, let me give you the ingredients so far that Sakai-san has included in this pot. At the moment, he has added crushed lobster pieces, olive oil, garlic, and fennel.
All right, and I tell you, that is looking good so far on the Iron Chef French side.
And when you take a look at the ingredients, you kind of get the impression it's probably for a broth. I think he's going to try to draw out all the good flavors from the lobster using.
All right, really smashing those shells. Yes.
Some great news from Chen's side. Believe it or not, he says he's going to make a new style of prawns and Chinese chili sauce dish that no one has ever attempted to make before.
Well, tasters, you're in for a treat.
Impressive. Prawns and chili sauce.
A variation on one of his father's creations, and you saw two more of our tasters, Chua Lam and Kazuko Hosoki. She with the discerning palate and tart tongue.
So far, you look happy.
And Chua Lam, too, he can be rather blunt in his assessments of the dishes. And as reported, Chen to prepare an avant-garde prawns and chili sauce dish. And Doc, is it correct to say that it is his father's creation?
Right. His father was known for spreading the recipe basically all over Japan, and the hot bean paste is the key here. And that family has a great recipe for it, so that should be an amazing dish.
Okay, well, we will certainly be looking forward to that one.
Fukusan.
Yes.
Yeah, I asked Sakai what his feelings were at this moment battling for #1, and he said, of course, trying to become the king of all the chefs in Japan is the prize, but I want to win against Chen-san too. I have my staff watching me. There's no half-hearted effort. I'm committed to win.
Commitment to excellence, the king of seafood, Iron Chef French Sakai. Career record, 63 wins, 14 losses, 1 tie. Winning percentage just a shade under 82% is the correct figure, which is the best among the Iron Chefs. And in his semifinal battle against Iron Chef Japanese Morimoto, he dominated a sweep, a perfect score. And Morimoto's stuff was dynamite in that battle.
Oh, yeah.
But Sakai getting 20s from the 5 judges, and no way you can win against that.
No, that was absolutely amazing.
And Morimoto, the loser in that battle, his last one in this stadium, closely following the action.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, Chen-san has also prepared some fruit, both mangoes and persimmons.
Okay, persimmons.
Yes, and in the bowl next to those, there's a mixture of shantung soup, gelatin, salt, Chinese rice wine, and soy sauce.
Thanks, Ota. So the ingredients there suggesting the makings of a soup, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the lobsters.
Yes, where are the lobsters? Mangoes and persimmons at the
Fukusan?
ready on Chen's side. Go.
Yeah, I just received some comments from Chen-san's 2 sons up in the royal box.
Okay.
They say, we're so proud to be here watching a match that is a highlight of our family history. We also decided to become chefs because of our father's example. We're following the family tradition.
All right.
And the 2 sons call their father by the more affectionate Ken-chan rather than the polite Ken-san.
Well, like he's their brother or something. All right, the 2 young men, and let's get back now to the left, the older son, Kentaro, there, and to the right is Yohei, the 2 sons cheering for their father. Whoops, for Ken-chan.
There you go.
So 3 generations of the Chen clan represented here today. Yes.
Listening to all that on Chen's side, Sakai said, Chen-san is so lucky to have his family members here like a bachelor on a business trip. I have no one, so let's hear from the folks in the bleachers, will ya?
All right, there they go. And they didn't need much prompting there. Okay.
I can't lose this.
Hey, I don't know if you caught it, but I saw a sign saying the Delacroix of cooking. It was in the audience, a fan of Sakai's. And as always, he's drawing the women. Sitting over there on his side of the stadium. Yes, guess it's his sensitivity showing through in his dishes, which does it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, and now from Chen here, a lot of action working the wok.
And I believe this is the hot bean paste.
Fukusan.
Yes.
I asked Chen-san about making lobster in chili sauce rather than prawns in chili sauce, and he said Sichuan is an inland area, so even river shrimp can be used in this dish, so there's no problem at all.
Sounds good. All right, and now the crowd for Chen starting to let it loose. Seems like after every floor report, the partisans want to show or sound support for their man. Both working with the lobsters, yes.
Yeah, Iron Chef Sakai is now preparing this long pot as a steamer, I believe, which includes, among other things, 4 whole lobsters, laurel leaves, and Italian parsley. Back to you.
All right, well, interesting approach there, Doc.
Yeah, this is actually called a poissonniere, or it's a pot for cooking fish, basically. And it means the whole fish.
All right.
But it's usually used for steaming.
Okay, well, pretty neat. I mean, a whole fish would fit that thing perfectly, and now he added wakame, thin seaweed there.
Yeah, and I noticed some clams going in, too.
Yes, the clams going in, and 15 minutes gone in this final championship battle. Which of these 2 Iron Chefs, Iron Chef French Sakai or Iron Chef Chinese Chen, will be crowned the king of Iron Chefs? A quarter of the battle behind us, whole lot of cooking left. Don't go away, we'll be right back. This is it, the final battle in the King of Iron Chefs tournament. Chen and Sakai duking it out with Omar lobsters as the theme ingredient. A little less than 45 minutes to go into cooking. The last day of Kitchen Stadium, but boy, we are going out in style. And I want to remind the viewers, Umemiya-san, that you fought here 5 years ago a battle against then Iron Chef Japanese Michiba. You haven't forgotten?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
You were cooking on the side Chen is now. You know, many challengers have told me when they heard the words "a la cuisine" from Chairman Kaga, they went a little limp. Now, how was that for you?
You know, actually, you really worry too much about time.
It goes fast.
Oh, yeah.
But these two have done it so many times, they could probably time it without the clock. And now on Iron Chef Sakai's side here, the mango pieces in there.
And he's using his favorite tool, the circle mold.
Okay, now are the pieces of lobster raw here, or have they been cooked?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, if you're talking about the lobster pieces Sakai-san is working on now, they have been lightly boiled and mixed with gelatin and salt.
Oh, this will be good.
Okay, a classic Sakai gambit cylinder mold arrangement there.
It's very delicate, isn't it?
Certainly is. Yes, mixing and matching the ingredients for that one. Go ahead, Ota.
Iron Chef Chen is looking stern over here. He tells me that even though he and Sakai have been on the same team for 6 years, today friendship is out, Iron Chef individualism is in, and that's what he's going to show us.
Absolutely. Determination mixed with perspiration, personified on both sides. Good friends off the field, out of the kitchen, but that's got to be put aside for now. They both know today's all about winning. That's the only way it can be. And now on Chen's side here, I guess this is the beginnings of a salad, and perhaps lobster will be added later. What about that, Doc?
Well, you look at it, it almost looks like a French dish, doesn't it?
You're right, it's so pretty.
French dish in preparation by the Iron Chef Chinese. And now let's get a few words with Michiba-san.
Yeah.
Give us some help here. What might be the key to determining the outcome?
Well, you know, Sakai-san is a man of variety and has artistic sense as well, as we've seen so far. Chen-san, on the other hand, always relies on his flavors. He's got a great hot bean paste. I know. Anything will taste good with that one. Yeah.
Well, obviously Chen heard that too, but no visible reaction to Michiba's comment there. Was that a dig of some type? All right, now, what's he got going here?
Fruit is being added to
Okay,
this?
is this the one with the persimmons?
Yeah, I think so.
Go ahead.
Just added to this were persimmons, mangoes, oranges, and lobster meat from the claws, which has been boiled.
Wow, lobster claw meat. Ooh.
Now, my guess is he'll be adding the shanton soup and the rest of it to that. What do you think? Yeah?
Okay, yeah, that actually could
Okay,
be
Asano-san making the call there, and yes, I think your call is going to be on the mark. And right now our announcer Fujimura-san is up in the royal box, and if you're ready,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes. Now I'm with Chen-san's two sons. Can you tell me how Chen-san was when he left the house today? Anything different from the usual?
He was as always, but I could sense his determination.
He appeared to be in tears before the battle.
That means he's very serious.
You told me that you've been up here several times, but this is the first time to watch your father do it.
Yes, first time.
How is it watching your father from up here?
I'm proud of him. Go for it, Dad.
Great words of encouragement from his son. Back to you.
Well, all right, that's got to give him a boost. Son Kentaro, I'll tell you a story about Chen.
Okay, ready to go. Put this in the fridge.
Okay, check this out. I believe his first loss, octopus battle. Afterwards, he just couldn't go straight back home and tell his sons about it. So he just kept walking up and down along a riverside for several hours.
Hey, who told you that?
Chen-san, you told me.
That's invading my privacy.
Oh, okay, understood.
Besides its history.
Yeah, it was a while, way back now.
Just had to remind me of that, huh?
Okay.
Especially right now. Trying to make me sad or what?
Okay.
Kusan,
Please take it.
what Chen-san is deep frying in oil is lobster meat battered in salt, ginger, egg whites, and cornstarch. I believe these are the pieces that he'll be using in his chili sauce.
Thank you. Whew. All right, lobster and chili sauce. That's what we've been anticipating. He'll do it with this, and make note, Ota reporting ginger added to the batter. And what about that, Doc?
That could be, actually, yeah.
Okay, but you can see they're pretty big pieces of lobster meat that he'll use. A bold statement right there for this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Fukusan.
Yes.
From Sakai-san's side, if you'll remember, he was mixing something in a bowl a moment ago. Those ingredients are Omar lobster, scampi prawns, eggs, and salt, all blended in the food processor, plus more lobster stewed in consomme, eggs, oil, and chilled fresh cream, and that's what you're seeing in this bowl here.
Okay, well, now, this one not to be eaten as is, right?
Huh? You mean how he's going to cook this?
Well, maybe he'll boil it.
Fukusan.
Okay, we'll wait and see. Yes?
Iron Chef Sakai commenting on Michiba-san's statement that Sakai can't win over Chen's hot bean paste said, "Give me a break, Michiba-san. I've already spent a lot of time thinking about how to cope with his super hot bean paste. I'm not going down so easily."
Okay.
And Fukusan, let me squeeze in one more thing if I may. Speaking of hot and spicy food, let me share with you what Chen-san told me about his chili sauce. It's not how hot you make it, he says. It's about how you use the spiciness to accentuate the natural sweetness of the ingredients, in this case lobster. And to take it one step further, I'm going to make a one-of-a-kind today, so be ready for it. Wait and see.
Yes.
Can't wait for that.
What he says right there tells you all you need to know about this guy and why he's on top of the Chinese cuisine scene in this country. And now 30 minutes gone, crossing the halfway point, 30 minutes of cooking left in the ultimate cook-off. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. The King of Iron Chefs, the final battle, the last day of Kitchen Stadium. We're back. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, his royal box entourage, the Szechuan sage, son of the god of Szechuan cooking, just into the second half of the final battle against the Delacroix of French cuisine, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. And all the chips in the middle of the table for this one. And on Sakai's side, this one, Doc, what is he doing here?
I have no idea.
Just going to leave it right there?
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, let me review the ingredients in this long pot. 4 whole lobsters, laurel leaves, Italian parsley, green and brown seaweed, and clams. And when asked what exactly he tends to do with this, he explained it's his secret weapon to break out of his Omar lobster losing streak. It's gonna be a show. Chen-san's hot and spicy lobster sauce will have to bow to this one, he says.
Okay, one-upsmanship from both sides, and each man, of course, knowing how great a chef the other is. So Sakai, a secret weapon, and what a show they are putting on today. And now back on Chen's side, boiling away in the wok, a little addition right there.
Fukusan.
Lobster and chili sauce.
What I thought. Yes, Ota?
The ingredients in this wok are the previously deep-fried lobster pieces, ginger, garlic, hot bean paste, hot chili sauce, chunyan hot sauce, salt and pepper, and broth made from the heads and claws. Scallions have also been added to that as well.
Okay, this, the king of creation, lobster and chili sauce he was talking about, based on his father's recipe, I would have to guess triple dose of hot sauces in it. As we zoom in, it looks fantastic.
This would be perfect with steamed.
Oh, absolutely. With this dish, it's a mandatory, a given. You just have to have this with the bowl of steamed rice. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, Ota, any word about the rice over there on that side of the kitchen?
So far, nothing to report. No mention of rice anywhere. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Strange. Nothing about rice or the rice cookers in action, but man, that is looking so good, so delectable.
Oh, the best I've ever seen.
But why has he put it in a container? Maybe he's not done with it yet. He's going to do something else to this, I wonder? Well, that'll be the ultimate if he does, huh?
You're right about that.
That's for sure. It'd make it one of a kind, basically. Yeah.
That's what he said in the early going. A new recipe based on prawns and chili sauce. Obviously a big part substituting lobster for prawns. And how it turns out, that's what everyone's waiting to see or taste.
Now, if you look at Sakai here, he's working on moose, it looks like.
Okay, now that's the one you thought was going to be eaten raw, right?
Yeah, and then I changed it to perhaps being boiled. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes. That which you see on Sakai-san's side in the plastic wrap is a moose on a buttered surface over which he has placed boiled lobster claw meat and green scallions all being wrapped together.
Okay.
Steaming?
Most likely now it'll be steamed with the plastic wrap.
Okay. And Fukusan?
Go ahead.
Yeah, 30 minutes past, Iron Chef Sakai told me that he was feeling great today. He said, cooking along with my best friend Chen and entertaining my many fans, this is the highlight of my career. I'm having a great time. And he looked very calm and focused as he was saying that.
Totally in his element today.
And one more thing, Fukusan.
Yes.
Iron Chef Chen has just started to ladle the lobster and chili sauce dish into the lobster shells.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's what he's doing.
You know, like normally a French chef would make something like this with American sauce, and Chen's doing a style similar to that, almost like a thermidor.
All right, a real change-up by the Iron Chef Chinese.
Yeah, it's just like that. He'd put it back in the shell or the mold or whatever, and then would grill it.
You think that's what he'll do, grill it now?
Maybe, but I'd rather he not do this with cheese.
Like a gratin, then, it would be. Whoa! But this could be eaten the way it is right now.
Yeah, they are servable as is, you're right, but I think he's probably going to grill these.
Hey, it's really a mind blower of our idea of lobster in chili sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
I spoke for a moment with honorary Iron Chef Ishinabe-san, and he made the comment that Sakai-san might have lost the past Omar lobster battles because his dishes were too complex. But he says today he's using natural flavors like the dish using seaweed, and he says he thinks Sakai is going to be the winner today.
All right, thanks, big fella, but he won't have a vote.
Yes. Yeah, if you look back over at the chili sauce dish, he just started to sprinkle it with cheese.
Oh, you see? I knew that was going to happen.
Doc, you called it?
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable.
What is that going to taste like?
Oh, boy. I don't know.
You sound somewhat down about that.
I've never tried anything even remotely close to this in my life.
Okay.
Me neither.
All right.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Chen-san confided in me that to win against Sakai-san, who's #1 in winning ratio, you can't rely on conventional approaches. He said, I have to make a bold step into the future by using spicy Szechuan flavor as an accent. This is Chinese for the 21st century.
All right, the future is now. Cheese and chili sauce enveloping lobster.
Way to go, Chen-san.
All right, we're on board behind Captain Chen, going where no chef has gone before. Yes.
Takashi Saito, who apprenticed under Chen-san's father and actually trained with Chen Kenichi, said, I've never seen such a lobster and chili sauce dish before, put in a shell and placed in the oven. 21st century indeed. It looks great.
All right, and there is Saito, who was higher up the ladder among the apprentices under Chen's father, thus helping in Chen's training.
And I think if you take a look at Sakai, he's making a bisque.
All right, let's check in over there.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, the sauce base that Sakai-san has just strained is a combination of crushed lobster heads, olive oil, garlic, fennel, tomato paste, French tomatoes, consomme, fresh cream, saffron, and lobster roe, all stewed in a pot.
Wow, a long list of ingredients. Thanks, Oki.
And Fukusan, one more thing.
Okay.
Chen-san has a pot here that contains lightly fried lobster meat, scallops, shark fin, shanton soup, lobster broth from the heads and claws, hot bean paste, tochi paste, garlic, ginger, and scallions.
All right, and a familiar color for those of us used to seeing Chen's output.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
20 minutes to go.
All right, 20 minutes to go, 2/3 of the way through. Sakai there wiping the perspiration from his brow. 20 minutes to the finish. Two-thirds of the way through, and Sakai there wiping the perspiration from his brow. 20 minutes to the finish line. Both men trying to bring it home. Yes.
I've got the list of ingredients for Chen-san's gyoza. Lobster meat, of course, but also the usual ground pork, salt, sugar, Chinese rice wine, sesame seed oil, and cornstarch.
All right, Umemiya-san. Lobster gyoza.
Sounds great.
How about that? It's been a long time since we saw Chen make gyoza, but this is the Cadillac of gyoza. Omar lobster gyoza. Betcha that hasn't been made before.
Oh, I know that.
Fukusan!
Yes.
Yeah, Chef Kudo, one of Sakai-san's right-hand men who also appeared on this show as a challenger, says, I know he lost the previous Omar lobster battles, but this time he's so serious, he was fired up, he was working overtime and in overdrive, and I know he'll win for us.
All right. And Sakai acknowledging the comment from Chef Kudo. By the way, the chef there was actually the 4th challenger to appear on the show almost 6 years ago.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, right after the 20 minutes to go announcement, I asked Sakai-san if he was going to make it on time with that long pot still sitting there untouched and uncooked, and his response was, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to show you something great towards the end of the battle. You'll see some dynamite lobster cuisine.
All right, and with that long pot, maybe he's got a flaming finale in mind. Asano-san, what do you think? Any guess as to what he'll do with this one?
You know, I'm not even going to chance a guess here. I have absolutely no idea.
Nope.
No comment.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
And checking the clock, less than 18 minutes to go. Go ahead.
Over on Iron Chef Chen's side, he has taken crepin or fat netting and is using it to wrap lobster meat in chili oil, glutamate seasoning, egg whites, and cornstarch.
Lobster in fat netting.
So this one has got to be pan-fried.
All right, definitely not much fat in lobster meat.
No, that's for sure.
This should sizzle up nicely with heat applied underneath, and we've been able to ascertain where some of Chen's dishes are going, but Sakai's have been hard to make out, with the notable exception of that one wrapped and then steamed. But the one we're all curious about, I think, is that long copper pot one. This one here, still no clues to what Sakai is going to be doing with this one.
What about those stones he's heating up? Do you think that's something to do with it?
Oh, okay.
I know.
You've got it?
I could be wrong, but he might be dumping those heated stones in the pot there.
In the pot?
Yeah, red hot stones.
Okay, and then what?
Grilled lobster?
All right, well, he has moved over there.
Soup?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
The stones are for the soup? I don't know.
Wow, I have no idea. Well, what's this now?
Okay.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it's interesting. Even if we don't.
Mysterious.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, the soup that Sakai-san just added is a simple bouillon consomme, I believe.
All right, well, I couldn't really make out what you were trying to tell us. It is so loud in here, but I do know we're down to 15 minutes. And now he's gone over there.
Soup? Is this soup?
Oh, yeah, that's soup, right.
Okay, soup, a broth, add to the long pot.
The stones are for this, I
Yeah,
guess?
I think you're right, yeah.
The hot stones.
This is
okay, what you say?
This is amazing. It's very interesting.
I have no idea what's going on.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, the soup that Sakai-san just added is a simple bouillon consomme, I believe.
Bouillon. Okay, wow. And the decibel level rising in here. We're having difficulty hearing Ota's reports. Even in my earphone, I can barely hear him. But I can tell you less than 15 minutes to go, and Sakai working on his classified dish, his secret weapon. Bouillon's been poured in, and now a creamy mixture, sauce or something Chen is working on.
Yes, I'm adding palm oil.
Go.
Let me give you the ingredients in this wok. Once again, scallions, ginger, shanton soup, evaporated milk, lobster roe, and as Hattori-san said, palm oil.
Breaking out the palm oil. Okay, thanks. And Umemiya-san, Chen's got a lot of dishes going today.
Yeah, he's got a full stage here.
By my count, he's got around 6. Of course, not sure how he'll present them. Could have a combo or two, but he's got some real variety. And the color of this one turning yellow. Maybe he added some curry powder to that.
There's no curry in that.
Okay, on top of it, big fella. Maybe the lobster
But
roll.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, I do have an update on the stones that Sakai-san is using. We
Okay.
thought that they'd be dumped into the pot, but he's grilling matsutake mushrooms on them.
Well,
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
hold on there.
No, there's still a possibility.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, he might put
First,
him with the
grill the
mushrooms, too.
mushrooms, then toss the stones into the pot. Could be.
Fukusan?
Going into the pot. Yes.
The lobster and chili sauce with cheese is going into the oven.
Okay, into the oven, all right. Here it is on replay. The future is now, today. Chili and prawns, but not prawns. French lobster and covered with cheese. Being given the broil treatment. How it turns out could be one of the determining factors for a possible Chen victory. Cheese on Chinese food it'll be. Who'da thunk it?
Now, if we can get a shot of Sakai over here.
Okay, we'll get there.
I think he's wrapping up his hors d'oeuvres right now. This is actually the first dish that he was working on, if you
Ooh,
remember.
they are really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, he's using that little circle mold.
Needless to say, no one beats him in this department.
This guy's awesome.
One last time, tell you he's been dubbed the Delacroix of French cuisine in Japan, and now 10 minutes left in the battle. All the spectators fired up as we come down to the final 10 minutes of this one.
Can't believe this historic battle's going to be over in 10 minutes.
You'd like it to go on, wouldn't you?
Absolutely,
Well,
yeah.
so would a lot of folks, but Kitchen Stadium's closing up the food lockers, clearing out the fridge, the cupboards will be bare, but we will have a king of Iron Chefs, Sakai or
Fukusan.
Chen. Yes.
Chen-san is looking even more tense. He said, I didn't have time to pay a visit to my parents' grave in Hakone, but I hope they're looking down from heaven and seeing how good I've become in the 6 years I've spent here.
No doubt they're looking down, pleased at how far he has come here and how he's handled himself today. Father Chen Ken-min and Mother Yoko, their portraits offering encouragement to their son, and Chen feeling their presence today, and also putting the finishing touches on that one.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Let me quickly confirm a couple of things. First, the ingredients in this are tomatoes, steamed lobster claw meat, mangoes, persimmons, oranges, shanton soup, gelatin, salt, Chinese rice wine, and soy sauce, all chilled together, over which he's poured scallion sauce and lobster roe.
Whoa! Wow.
And secondly, about that pot, I couldn't help it. I just had to ask Sakai-san about that long pot again.
Yes.
But his reply was, shut up and wait. I know what I'm doing, and you'll see the results soon. Don't worry about it, he said.
Sakai, man in charge, leave him alone, and now this one looking like a classic Japanese garden.
Oh, you're right.
And just like at home, the wife sometimes tells me to shut up and wait.
I'm sure that happens quite enough.
Doc, it does happen. I'm just saying it's serious business. You got to leave him alone sometimes. They are pros in the kitchen. Yes.
I do have some more comments from Chen-san's sons up in the royal box. They say, we're just so proud of our dad here in Kitchen Stadium and what he's accomplished. We both feel more motivated than ever to become great chefs. And Dad, watch out. We're going to become your rivals one day. Until then, keep up the good work.
It makes my day. Just makes my day.
A family that cooks together or challenges each other in the kitchen. Well, I guess a recipe for a happy family. The sons apprenticing to become chefs, and that is great. And who knows, they could become a pair of Szechuan specialists themselves, giving Dad a run for his money in the 21st century.
Fukuza!
Yes?
We just heard Sakai say that the stones are ready.
Okay, finally.
All right.
Roll right, stones, let's go.
All right, into the pot they go.
Okay, hot rocks, and Uemiya-san, you were right.
All right.
Rocking all over.
Now, the question is, where do we go from here?
Well, more soup for one. Hold on, I get it. The lobsters are getting a sauna treatment here, a soup steam.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could say that, actually. You're right.
Yes.
So with a little soup, now if you had more soup, then what would we call it? This is looking good already, but...
It's really cooked quickly, huh?
Yeah.
I tell you, what a unique method of cooking lobster.
Look, it's already done.
How about that?
Okay.
Amazing, this
His
is great.
secret weapon out of the bag, the combination steam stewed. Let's call it lobster on the rocks.
This is like an exciting way to cook lobster, right?
Yes.
Sakai-san finally told me why he chose to use hot stones this way, saying if you cook this on too strong a flame, the lobster will turn flaky. Stones are perfect. They accentuate the aroma of the seaweed. It's the best way to cook the king of seafood.
Makes too much sense. And the presentation, masterful.
This is wild and bold version of Sakai-san we're seeing here.
This was amazing, yeah.
Reaching deep into his bag of tricks and rocks for his secret weapon and awesome sight. Yes.
Here on Chen's side, the oven has been opened.
Okay, lobsters and chili sauce coming right at us.
Okay, so that's the Thermidor version of chili prawns, but using the lobster.
Now, normally without the chili sauce, it's a familiar looking dish, this one, but chili sauce, the wild card here. And 5 minutes left, and it is wild in here. Chen and Sakai vying for the throne, the crown, the title, all wrapped up in one. Who will be the king of Iron Chefs? Less than 5 minutes in the battle. It's been incredible today, the cooking. Both the Iron Chef French and Iron Chef Chinese, with all the previous battles under their belts, just when you think there's nothing new they can do, they surprise and amaze us with their imaginations, new ways of bringing to life their culinary visions. And I'll tell you, the fans in here on both sides of the stadium are on their feet. Both men feeding off the roar of the crowd. Fatigue not a factor at all. This crowd re-energizing both Chen and Sakai. Wow, the stadium's never been this alive. All right, now it comes down a bit. But I tell you, the judges, I don't envy you. This one is going to be tough to judge today.
Definitely.
How about you, Asano-san? What are you looking for in judging this battle? What will be the key for determining who you'll vote for?
That's just too tough to answer.
I know, too tough a question, too, at this point. But it is going to be tough to make the call. Let's find out what our man of wisdom, Michiba-san, can offer. Now, Michiba-san, if you have to decide who's better today, what do you base your decision on between these two chefs? What is it?
I was so impressed by the use of hot stones.
Sakai's.
Yeah, they cook like that in some areas in Japan, as I know.
Japanese technique.
And Chen-san's chili lobster. I wonder how his use of cheese turns out. A bit of a risk there.
Yes, we shall see. All right, thanks. Cheese smothered on top of lobster and chili sauce, not on any menus yet. How it's received will be important for Chen's chances to wrestle the crown.
3 minutes to go.
Okay, 3 minutes left, and Chen has really picked up the pace here at the end, still with some giddy up in his steps. The crowd buzzing, going wild. Sakai working quickly too, but slightly more measured if it means anything down the stretch. There's no let-up for either of these two, battling for glory, for honor, for victory in the final battle. Not much consolation will be there for the loser. People tend to forget second-place finishers, but everyone remembers who finishes number one, and Chen and Sakai are gunning for number one. And now the clapping, the chanting by the crowd, they've stepped it up too. Great-looking dish there by Sakai. Yes, Ota.
One final review of Sakai-san's sauces that he's prepared. The black one was made by boiling down veal broth and the pinkish one is made from a blend of consommé, lobster roe, butter, and fresh cream. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Upton, but I barely heard what you shouted. It is bedlam in here. It's too loud to hear anything. The crowd is going crazy, and everyone, the tasters, the other Iron Chefs are up on their feet. The sparks are flying for the finale of Kitchen Stadium. The old kitchen's going out with a bang today. Whoa!
They're fired up tonight.
Now, under 2 minutes, actually a minute 40, finishing touches for Sakai, applying the sauce, one of his areas of expertise, to a green laden plate. Chen and his assistants still scrambling on their side. Steam rising over there, the fever hot, and no way of knowing of how it will all shake out in the tasting. But these guys are giving us the performance of their careers. It couldn't possibly be any better. And now Chen's lobster gyoza going down around a serving of his greens. Got the hot and spicy one in the foreground. An ambitious game plan seems to have been pulled off by the Szechuan sage. So many dishes today, and doing his father proud in the process. The crowd fired up and the men drawing energy for the final push. And now under a minute to go, the final 60 seconds in the final battle, which will determine just who is the top man in Kitchen Stadium. A scan of the prodigious dishes from Chen. Sakai hunkered down, and the honorary Iron Chef's expression showing awe and admiration. Morimoto and Kobe can only wonder what if, but also equally impressed at what has transpired here with their Iron Chef brothers in arms. Iron Chef Chinese Chen, Iron Chef French Sakai, each with more than 60 career wins in this stadium. Each would probably trade all the previous wins for a victory today if they could. This one means that much to them. Big crowd, wild atmosphere, and the men have given us everything we could have hoped for and more. And today, 3 generations of the Chen family represented here. Fairly certain he'll be able to say that he's left it all in the kitchen today, and Sakai will be able to say the same thing. That's what we were looking for, and they delivered the final seconds, and that's it. The King of Iron Chef's final, the Omar Lobster battle is over. Wow! What a finale for Kitchen Stadium. Unbelievable today. Iron Chef Chen and Sakai. And if our announcers are ready down there, let's go to our interviews with the Iron Chefs.
Great job there.
I'm exhausted. It was good. It's finished now.
How's the 1 hour?
Oh, I was too fired up to check the flavors correctly. This is too exciting. It's been a while since we've had such a crowd.
You said you were not sure of the flavors. How'd they turn out?
Oh, I put a lot of soul in them. You'll feel the vibes when you eat them. Not sure what they taste like.
But you're confident of winning?
Hey, who cares about that at this point? I gave it everything I got, so I'm satisfied. Good enough, thanks. Great.
Nice job, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Good job.
Well, it was fun.
It looked like fun.
Well, knowing that this is the end, well, I feel sentimental, but I really feel my best stuff came out in this battle. Whatever Chen-san was doing, I just couldn't hear anything. Well, anyway, I was hoping the dishes today would speak of my whole career. All of it. The crowd was too loud. I couldn't hear anything at all. But you know, really, with Chen-san, I feel happy doing the battle with him. Very memorable.
Okay, thank you very much, and once again, great job.
Incredible, outstanding performance, both of them fantastic. All right, now the dishes of both chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi has 6 dishes. First, crepine wrapped fried lobsters. The flavor of lobster is drawn out by the use of the fat netting. A simple technique, but its use convincingly testifies to the quality of Omar lobster. Second, lobster and fruit in jelly. A delicate and colorful presentation. The flavor is accentuated by the sourness of tomatoes. Third, stir-fried lobster. The texture of the Omar lobster is highlighted, stir-fried in a sauce using lobster roe.
A mild and smooth touch is attained by adding evaporated milk. Chen's astonishing creation of the day, lobster and chili sauce gratin. A dish for the 21st century, suggesting a new direction for Chinese food. The hot bean paste matches well with his daring use of cheese. Fifth, lobster fish cakes. Kinogasa mushrooms are used as a garnish, packaged in the gentle sweetness of corn, achieving a wonderful harmony with Omar lobster meat. Last is lobster gyoza and spicy stew. The top quality lobster meat off the shell adds a unique sweetness to these, the Cadillac of gyoza. And they match marvelously with the bright red, hot and spicy stew using Omar lobster broth. Iron Chef Sakai has 5 dishes. First, lobster and mangoes in consomme jelly, using the circular mold, one of his fortes. The subtle cured plum sauce at the bottom draws out the sweetness of Omar lobsters, with the saltiness of caviar coming into play. Second, lobster fritto and taro potato with lobster sauce. Tasting the dynamic sauce using lobster roe will surely be a memorable experience for the panel. Omar lobster mousse, wrapping the meat of lobster claws with an egg mousse. The entire spectrum of lobster flavors are condensed in this dish. A slight bitterness of edible rape blossoms ties it all together. Fourth is steamed Omar lobster, the one that got Michiba's attention. Sakai's execution and finishing up with the heated stones was, in a word, awesome. That helps keep the lobster meat tender, at the same time preserving the aroma from the sea. Last is lobster and matsutake salad, a perfect way to wrap up the dinner and concluding a well-balanced offering of courses. Next, we'll see and hear how the dishes are received. That's coming right after this. Honorary Iron Chef Michiba giving an apron and handshake to Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, and now Chen is on his own. Honorary Iron Chef Ishinabe offering apron and words of encouragement to Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Sakai too alone with his thoughts before the start of battle. For the King of Iron Chef's final, Chairman Kaga unveils the King of Seafood, Omar Lobsters, flown in from France. Non-stop power drive, Chen finishes with a remarkable set of 6 dishes. Taking it to the hilt himself, Sakai completes a fabulous 5. And now the ultimate moment of truth, tasting and judgment for the King of Iron Chef's final. On the panel today are actor Tatsuo Umemiya, actress Yuko Asano, Hong Kong gourmet Chua Lam, fortune teller Kazuko Hosoki, and honorary Iron Chef Rokusaburo Michiba. First, the dishes of Iron Chef Chen Kenichi.
あれだけのその完成といいますかね、拍手の中で料理を作ると。
Oh, yeah, well,
最高ですよねこれは。
very. As a chef, it was great.
And here's the lobster and fruit in jelly with tomatoes around it.
この周りにあるのは混ぜるとちょっと辛くなる。
That's right. I used red chili paste and scallion paste.
As a Chinese dish, this is very gentle. Perfect for you, right?
Me? Well, yeah, it's very refreshing. It's so delicate. I don't think I've ever had a Chinese dish so sensitive like this one.
Normally in a dish, I mean an hors d'oeuvre using fruit like this, chefs don't think about matching it with spicy stuff. But this one matches well. This was an eye-opener for me, really.
On to his stir-fried lobster in a sauce using lobster roe.
はい、これは味噌炒め。
Yes, actually, the roe is put back into the shell.
It's very good.
While I was watching, I thought the spices in this would be too powerful for me. But they come little by little, one after another. It's Chen's style. And this roe sauce is so good.
And now rolling the dice, lobster and chili sauce gratin.
ゆうこさん。
Yes.
徐々に陳さんらしい辛さが出てきましたけど、ただの辛さじゃないですねこれはね。チーズが合わさってる。
Well, I guess the spiciness is so profound. You know, Also, I'm amazed that the chili sauce and lobster matches so well with the cheese.
In Chinese cooking, well, speaking of the ingredients used, you should never let your chefs use cheese in the dishes. It really just doesn't match.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
Opinions always vary. And that's good. That's the fun part.
I'll take anything tonight.
Well, you know, I think this recipe could become popular at wedding receptions starting from this year. Yes. That hit my mind. Everybody's tired of that thermidor.
Okay, now lobster gyoza and spicy stew.
In this stew, I used lobster only for the broth. Yes, lobster only broth. If you like, please first try the soup and eat the gyoza sort of like wontons.
It's good.
The soup? So good.
It looks so hot, but the taste won't let you stop. The spiciness is just right. Very good.
You know, from my experience doing this on this show, it's always a winner to have a soup or stew. It was very tactful of him, yes.
Thinking back on Chen-san's approaches I've seen in the past, he was so different tonight. I saw many new things he did in so many dishes. I think he was really hip in his approaches today. Yeah?
Thanks for the great job.
Thanks.
After you quit, you'll gain weight, you know.
All right, and now up the dishes of Iron Chef Hiroyuki Sakai.
Well, you know, don't make me do it again, I'd say.
He'll start with lobster and mangoes in consomme jelly.
The sauce, I used mayonnaise and salt-cured plums and olive oil.
The texture of the Omar lobsters is very clear in this.
It looks like a Japanese garden. I'm impressed. And as for the flavor, well, the mangoes, I think, are too powerful, and therefore they overpower the lobster quite a bit.
Well, I was thinking, all the Iron Chef fans out there were waiting, dying for Sakai-san's performance, using the circle mold. So just looking at this, I'm tickled to death. But seriously, the use of oriental cured plum sauce in this French dish speaks of his level of creativity.
And now on to the Omar lobster mousse.
I've finished them all so far.
This soup is fantastic. It's such a profound taste. Really. Maybe a bit too salty? But with the rape blossoms in my mouth, it was really well balanced. Yes.
The French food, most of the time, it's almost too delicate for me, right? Sometimes I'm not really satisfied. So, you know, with something salty as this one, it's great. Just right. That's what I think.
And here it is, his main dish, steamed Omar lobster.
In this pot, I steamed the Omar lobsters, adding the aroma of seaweed in a soup. I want you to enjoy the natural flavor and aroma of this lobster simply cooked. Yes, that's right, and a bit of salt added. That's all.
How do all the dishes served today? How should I put this? You could say this is the ultimate way of enjoying lobster. That's what I think.
The presentation we saw was just so exciting when seeing that, dumping the hot stones in it and seeing the soup bubbling up.
You've served this without mayonnaise or sauce, relying totally on the natural flavor of these beautiful lobsters. This is the ultimate form of cuisine, is your message. I enjoyed it.
You know, great food is always simple. He cooked lobsters with ingredients from the sea, steaming them in seaweed. That's what made this so good. Yes.
In my view, Chen-san was like the first kind of Chen-san I met. And Sakai-san, he showed us his wild, bold side. He opened our eyes. A wild Sakai-san's what I saw. And the dishes were really wonderfully done. Thank you very much.
Right now, the votes are being cast to determine which one of the two men will be crowned the king of Iron Chefs. We'll be back with the verdict right after this.
最強鉄人決定戦。この結果発表前に一言言っておきたいことがあります。私が選んだ鉄人に、そして6年間共に戦ってきた鉄人に優劣はありませんが、しかし発表します。
Kitchen Stadium's last day, crowning the king of Iron Chefs. From day one of their careers, these two have faced the unyielding pressure to win, like all Iron Chefs. Chen Kenichi, the Iron Chef with the longest career, but still forward-looking in his cooking. Hiroyuki Sakai, the Iron Chef with the best winning percentage, but a loser to Chen once before. Yet this is the one that counts for the ultimate walk-off win. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
Sakai Hiroyuki! It's the Iron Chef French! Sakai! Sakai has won it! He is the king of Iron Chefs! Unbelievable! What a battle! And the two Iron Chefs embracing. The chairman caught me. He feinted a move ever so slightly in Chen's direction, but calling out Sakai as the winner. Hiroyuki Sakai besting his buddy Chen Kenichi. But both men expressing the warmest of feelings for each other. If that doesn't move you, you've lost all feeling. And everybody in this place feeling the emotions of the moment. Hiroyuki Sakai is the winner, the king of Iron Chefs. The honor goes to him. All right, let's check the scores. Umemiya 17-16 Sakai Asano, 20-19 for Chen. Chua 20-19 for Sakai. Hosoki 20-19 Chen, 2-2 till Michiba. He goes 20-19 for Sakai, a 3-2 split decision. Iron Chef French, Hiroyuki Sakai. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the king of Iron Chefs. And if the king of Iron Chefs will proceed to the podium, waiting there is honorary Iron Chef Michiba.
Congratulations.
And Roxaburo Michiba presenting the King of Iron Chefs medal to Sakai. Sakai, the King of Iron Chefs. Long live the King! And although he lost this battle, Iron Chef Chen gave us an amazing display of his abilities, really pushing himself to the limit. He gave it his best, and in that sense, he comes away as a winner too, Chen Kenichi. And Ota, down on the floor, if you can hear me, if you're ready to interview Sakai, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You are the winner of the ultimate battle. What are your thoughts?
Well, I did my best. Just did my best. Well, during my 40-year career being a chef, I'm proud of being a chef. Thank you very much. I've been through many things on this show, but it's an honor to be here and win a battle like this. This is really, in my whole life, the best moment, the best day in my whole life. But I know I have to keep looking ahead, leading the way, well, in the coming days. So, in that sense, I want to use this occasion as a platform for the next phase of my fortunate life, to search for new horizons.
All right,
yes.
Thank you. And lastly, any words for your fans and supporters in the stands?
Well, I know everyone's busy. I really appreciate you all coming out here to support me. Thank you so much. And Chen-san, and all staff members here. Really, many thanks.
All right, the winner and grand champion, Hiroyuki Sakai.
Thanks.
Congratulations.